Hello, I am that one pundit introducing the Wardens with You News Roundup. A lot of information came out today, so I will be doing my best to cover it all. Today is April 9th, and we will cover the Wardens with You anime news, the new Neo trailer, the website being updated in Japan, and the new songs put on the website. Let's begin. In anime news, the anime actually released today for one. For two, we know what the new intro is, because yesterday it was confirmed that Teenage City Riot, which was the old intro, is being replaced because of the drummer for the band that played it being arrested. And the new intro is Calling, which, Calling is a great song, it's from the game. I don't have any complaints. What I do have complaints about is the trailer for the next episode. A little, context before. The pacing of the anime right now is kind of very fast. It goes 3 days for the first episode. And we were all kind of hoping it would slow down. But the trailer shows... Well, first of all, the trailer shows the Prince, Eri, and the real kicker, Red Skull Pins. And as you may know, Red Skull Pins are only available on day 6. Which means it's going to be another 3 day per episode, which I hope this isn't like a trend. But yeah. Up next is the Neo trailer analysis. Let's get on over to it. Up next is the analysis portion of the trailer. This will be done kind of live. I'll trim out weird hesitations and stuff. But I have notes for them. They will be in the description as well as me reading them. The game is rated teen. We will not actually be playing the video, but I will scroll through it. You get to see the cutscenes, actual physical cutscenes in game are really sharp looking. The visuals in this game are amazing. You get to see Rindo walking around. This is nothing new. You can barely see, in its hand right there, is the symbol that is displayed whenever you scan for noise, which that's not meant to, that's typically not like a pin, so that's new. There's the Shibuya River and some drinks. I know how excited you are to go to some drinks, but yeah, it's going to be, the Shibuya River is back. Also, English voice actors. I'll play a clip of those right now.
Can we just not? Reaper team! This feels a little insane!
Here's the thing that says, only the possibility of you can change our fate, which, that's very important to, the identity of Neo the World Ends With You. The idea of changing fate. Okay. Rindo! You get to see his voice actor, you get to see Tsugumi. But, what's most important here is, we can't leave this game without him. We don't know who him is, but I have a feeling it's a certain character who's revealed at the end of the trailer. And Fret is trying to convince Rindo to join the game. Nagi is being Nagi. She's fangirling over a mysterious person who I think we kind of learned the identity of today. And in the corner you can see her stuffed animal of said person. And we know it's the person because we see a pin of him later. Sho, he just does math puns, but I think his voice actor is back. That's really neat. And here's the weird twist, or should I say twisters, because they are the Wicked Twisters. They have a group name. What could that mean? We'll find out. This man, the deer shirt, he actually has a name now. And it is going to be butchered by me. Susukichi is his name. And he's basically scolding them for being bad at the game. Which, it's their first day. Give them a chance. Here's Tsugumi. We know about her. We knew her name. And we've seen her lots of times before, but she's still very mysterious. And she has Mr. Mew. And they are... a diamond. No. They are the Ruinbringers. So we have two groups. What could be going on? Let's see. We got more characters. Remember that one nerd that nobody really cared about? His name is Fuya, and he's important. And he's not saying anything important because we don't have enough context to figure out if there is anything important. Then we got this girl, her name is Kanon, and she's, like, very fashionable. That's, like, her thing. And then, new character! Like, we have not seen this guy in a trailer before. His name is Modi. And he seems like a nice enough guy. Yet what we don't know is who the rest of their team is, because we just see their team names, but we don't know the rest of the team. We have Deep River Society, which is probably related to the Shibuya River and that book he's holding. Variabeauties are, like, her group. And then Purehearts are, Modi. So, we have that. Karya's back. And Karya, we've seen him before, but what we don't know is that what really grinds my gears is that those liars are still winning. So whoever's in first is a liar, which that's really important because we know who's in first. And speaking of people, UZUKI is back and she has a sick suit. Like, that's a really cool suit. And also, she's just like, oh yeah, I've been here a while. So it seems like she's gone up in the ranks ever since, like, the events of the first game happened. But you wanna know who else is back? COCO! COCO is back, which almost definitely confirms a new day will be in the anime. Which, it was already, like, very much confirmed before, with, like, it was heavily implied. But, like, if COCO's in this game, a new day is in the anime. And COCO, she actually has a voice actor now. She didn't have one in the first game. And here's the fun part. Okay, or not. They're the Shibuya Reapers. But why are they labeled the Shibuya Reapers, you may be wondering. And that's because we have a new group. Shiba. He's declaring a match null and void. And I think I know what he's talking about. And that will become clear whenever we get to it. Shiba is still Shiba, we've seen him before. Who we haven't seen before is her, but we're not going to her, we're going to KUBO. KUBO! KUBO is voiced by the announcer from Smash Brothers and the funny Persona 5 man. And, like, he has dialogue. We don't know enough about him, but, like, he's a person, alright. Then we have Ayano. She has a lizard, and she's talking to this mysterious character from the last trailer. And that's, like, definitely a real lizard. That's not a noise. Like, do you see any of the noise things on it? Because I don't. Ooh, another new character. KAIE. KAIE has a weird hat and a weird phone, but, like, he seems chill. Then we have Weird Glove Man, also known as Hishima. He's just talking about the game. Now, here's the fun one. Shoka. Shoka is the Mr. Mew hoodie girl, also known as the goth gamer girl. She is in charge of getting people registered, and with that dialogue line right there, I think that leads to, like, the RNS we've seen in the first trailer. So, and this is the fun part. They're the Shinjuku Reapers. Which means a new day is, like, 1000% canon. Shinjuku got inverted, now they're in Shibuya. But how did they get inverted? What does that even mean? Oh, this is the fun part. So, this is the menu! The menu has a lot of things. Like, a lot of things. We have pins, threads, thoughts, streets, and records. Pins is for, like, combat. And we can see some brands. We've got Tiger Punk's Jupiter the Monkey, the unbranded pins. Those are all those are all you can see right now. You can see the Psyche being Vortex Saber, which is returning. Then with Fret, you have Il Cavallo del Re, which, that's a new pin. Also, that's a new brand. It might be Pegaso, like, just because of electricity, but, yeah. 4? There it is, okay. At 124, we can see Classical Cacophony, which looks a lot like La Pin Angelic, but it's not. It's Coney X Coney, which is another new brand, which, these aren't confirmed to be, like, either replacements of La Pin Angelic and, like, Pegaso, but, like, look at them. They share a very similar aesthetic, which makes me think that either the trends changed and those are out, or that they rebranded over, like, the years that they're gone. You can... Dynamite darts, I think that's a new psych. Also, speaking of new things, the threads area, you can see HP, attack, defense, and style. Style used to be called bravery in the first game. And, okay, I'll probably just go through this part at, like, slow motion in the video. So, we can see the brands are Shepherd House, which appears to replace Sheep Heavenly. Topo appears to be a replacement for Moose Radish due to the mouse hat that will show up later. Natural Puppy is Natural Puppy. Tiger Punks is back. Gara Gara might be Gatito. Like, that can be seen with all the clothes. Like, there's Natural Puppy on my end right now. There is also a random clothes thing. Thoughts, we don't know what it is yet, but I think it might just be like a record of all the people you can scan. Streaks is definitely a map. Records is probably for music. Now, here's another fun thing. This is what I've been waiting for. The game has changed a little bit since we last saw it. In the first game, it was just complete the missions. But now we've got players versus each other. It's a battle royale. There are teams, and the teams will fight each other. I want to say player versus player, but it's not player versus player. But it is. This is not online, it's literally just that. Players of the Reapers game versus players of the Reapers game. Take on rival teams in a week-long battle for your lives. And here's the interesting thing. Sync is gone, and it's now Groove. I'm not sure why they changed it, but in the first one it was called Sync, now it's called Groove, and I think it still might act exactly like Sync. You can see the crew fighting, they locked on to a dude, and then they'll just attack the dude. You can see them fight more people. You can also see an SP bar. Not sure what that does, but there's a combo thing. I think it might reward more Groove. Wait, there was like a weird bar I wanted to show. There's a drop the beat bar, which I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it looks interesting. Drop the beat, there it is. There's a drop the beat bar. I think that might be related to how things, like, how you gain Groove. Here's the players versus fighting each other, and here's something cool. That's a T-Rex. T-Rex noises are now a thing, and they look sick. Look at it, it's just big. Also, there's Modi. Okay. What comes up next can basically speak for itself, so we'll just let it play normally until I have something important to say.
Has no one told you the only way to escape the game is to come in first?
And let me remind you that you dissed are in dead last!
Okay, here, Fret says, what do you think, Ren Dude? Which implies that Fret likes to give people nicknames. Which, that's an interesting characteristic which will come up later. Also, they're in dead last. But who is in first, I may wonder.
The higher they climb, the harder they fall, the greater your spoil shall be. You know what that means. We're going after the Ruinbringers!
It's the Ruinbringers. And as Fret said with, like, Koki, whoever's in first is cheating. And Ruinbringers are like the most mysterious group of them all, because you have Tsugumi Matsune. And she has Mr. Mew, and she also is going to do something suspicious.
Until now. Now you show no punishment for hindering my pursuit of happiness. You'll rue the day you mocked me for failing to obtain that ES pin.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think this girl's got the wrong idea. My head. I can barely think straight. Hang on. I'm having some serious deja vu. This happened before. Can I make sure it doesn't?
For failing to get that ES pin. ES appears to be the person who she's a fangirl of, and you can see that because after Rindo basically goes back in time, we'll just kind of talk about this first because that's chronological. You can replay days events to change the future, which might mean split path narrative. Like, I'm not gonna guarantee it's a split path narrative, but there's a very high chance right now. Also, could that be what were they, thoughts be? Like, could you just remember a day's event and go back to it? Here, you see Rindo hand the pin that he was going to give Nagi. And look who's on it. A man, presumably the ES, who Nagi is, like, so obsessed with. And that's the dude, that's the doll. Like, whoever's on the ES pin, ES is the doll. We now know that Nagi really likes this ES character.
You've got some pretty big shoes to fill here in Shibuya.
What did Susukichi call him again? Neku or something? Come to think of it, yeah.
Okay, now this part. What did Susukichi call him again? Neku or something? And, okay, first of all, before I get to the bombshell, Susukichi appears to be, what was his name? Susukichi? That gear shirt dude. Because Susukichi is a nickname. And the person who has the name most similar to that is Susukichi. So, yeah. But Neku is the protagonist from the first game, if you don't know. And he kind of got shot in a new day and entered the Reapers game again. So that's just like, he's in this game. Oh, and the ending. I'll probably just play it, because the ending is... I
have orders. Target acquired.
Neku!
It has a release date being July 27th, 2021. And it's coming out for Switch and PS4 that day. But guess what? In summer of 2021, it's also coming to the Epic Games Store. You can play this game on PC. This is so awesome. But okay. Now, we gotta go to the website. The website, I'll explain it now. So, with this trailer, they updated the websites. And the English website got diddly squat, basically. There's nothing there. But the Japanese one has way more information. And it includes 3 new songs. Website. I poorly translated the website using an image translator so you all could, like, read along with me. And I'm not even gonna try and, like, fix anything. It's literally just going to be me attempting to read, like, broken English. And it'll be fun. So yeah, I'll like go into in-depth on some things. See you there. Welcome to the website portion of the video. We are going to go look at the character tab right now and start with Rindo. The poorly translated images Is this the same as that time? That means you can change your fate. Rindo. I'm not going to say the voice actor. Yuji. Participants of the game of Death God that is taking place in. A boy high school student who likes to see such information on a smartphone. It is a character that reads and acts around the atmosphere, and is not actively engaged with people. I will not refuse. He is forced to join the game without knowing why, and becomes the leader of Team Twister. That's funny. Okay. Fret time. After all from here, you have to aim for the top, right? Fret. In the same class as Gendo, he participates in the game of the God of Death. He likes to have fun with people, and has a special skill that can be solved with anyone. I hate the heavy air in one side. I avoid the real conversation without knowing it. It is a good friendship with Gendo, who is with the Shinubani scattered measures. This is all just going to be English, and I love it. What's the Death God game? It's about 200. Nagi. Participants of the game of the Death God. Although she is a female student living in the Shinubari, she is sometimes mistaken for a junior high school student in appearance. He was full of passion for tastes, and sent a day that was not overkill even if he said he was living for taste. It is a good idea to look at other people's mind movements. It is cold for those who only respond to the upper side who do not know the truth. And then there's show. Septograms, it's mission time. Minami Mudo. Participants in the Death God. Participants in the game of Death God. He's extraordinary psychic. They help the Gintan, who is dark in the Binchi, and they are forced to be friends they are. Every future possibly is calculated by its own formula. It seems to be acting according to numerical values derived from it. The people around you are completely incomprehensive. It seems the line of sight is a different place than the Jinten. That was characters. Team battle. The other tab. Control your team and defeat the noise. Team members can wear badges one by one. By pressing the button corresponding with the badge, a swirling psychic technique is activated. A refreshing psychic battle unfolds with a simple operation. Yeah. Overview. Oh, overview's a long one. Shibutani should not be the same as usual. For Lord Gendo Shibunagi, the day is something very different. Maybe something was wrong. The battle began at Scramble Crossing Point. In front of Lendo, who was supposed to have escaped from there, a girl resides and the Death God appears. Welcome to the game of Death God, she says. No way. You won't get hurt in the game. Jintan joined with a light spirit, and two friends, Fret. However, two people who started the game began to remember feelings of difference. This Shibunagi, where we have ourselves, is not common. The door felt like they were being pushed to the door. The door felt like they were being pushed to the door. If you do not win, your existence will disappear. It is called UG Underground. You have to compete with other players to survive by taking top spot. They can return to their former home from... Well, that's ominous. Where do they return from? Field! Also an overview. The stage of the story is Shibunagi, a town in Tokyo, Japan. And Shibutani, which is drawn with the touch of technique into this work, can see real buildings and landmarks. Let's search Shibutani, which has been expressed in its own art. So Shibuya is Shibutani now in this. We're piecing together the narrative. Scan, also in the same thing. A psychic scan that can be used in the city. When you press a specific button, it goes to the scan state. You can read fragments of people's thoughts and see the appearance of noise, which is an enemy. But you can. Oh, you can even read some of the things. Shivering and heavy? Good things happen one day. Oh yeah, we even get to see the noise symbols. That's sick. Like, they weren't in the first one. Okay. If you approach the noise symbol during a scan, add a layer. When you touch the noise symbol, you enter into battle. If you touch multiple noise symbols in a fixed time, you will be in a series battle. One more thing. When you scan, you can see a picture of a person talking in Shibutani. It is possible to read fragments of thoughts. Some of them contain important information. Let's try to voice the hearts of various people who are frequently in checks. Checks? What? This poorly done translation is outdoing itself. Event scene. The event scene adopts a comic-like expression, caged the story in a light and pleasant tempo. There is also attention to interaction of characters. Death God game, Death God SNS, Death God account mission that is. This is it. Oh, that's Reaper Networking Service, RNS. Okay, the series director, Tetsuya Fuji. I can't read that one, it's not working. Character designer. Oh, I'm gonna butcher these names. Yao Lin Yan Yamashita. Composer. Joshua. Joharu Ishimoto. Thrill is on Facebook. Producer. Tomohiko Hirano. Creative producer Tetsuya Nomura. Okay, and there's one more important thing. And that is the last page being product. It's product. Okay. Then there's the product page, which contains a lot of interesting things, including Square Enix eStore Early Purchase Special, Death God Game Survival Raid Up Set. A set that prevents items so rag Tang's game God of Death. Increases the survival rate with a badge that can restore the country and a book that has HP up appeal. In addition, Twistera's arrangement takes place in this BGM that is far away in the game. There is no doubt tension will increase. Badge. Mutilation badge. Effect. Face team HP up a little while holding button. Komoten fashion item. Increases HP. Ability. Oh, Twister Neo Mix. We got a new version of Twister, which I think we might actually be able to hear. You can set the background music of the menu to Twister Neo Mix. So we have a new version of Twister, and I think that's available if you go to the Square Enix store. Package version. This is what's interesting. So, on the English website, there's no mention of this, but this is the collector's edition, the package version, limited quantity goods, okay? You can get some of these in the West, but not the entire set, which is kind of stupid. Like, why not just go all in? I want to buy the art book and, like, the soundtrack, but I'm not going to be able to get it. Unless you pay, like, a lot of money. 21,000 yen. Okay, let's actually read it. This is the collector's edition. You can get some of this stuff in the United States without having to do this. But yeah. Square Enix eStore, 7 online shopping, limited items. Neo, The World Ends with Bag. I just love the phrase, the world ends with bag. In addition to Gumsoft, package version, I think Gumsoft is The World Ends with You, Neo. It was the newly arranged to this work mini soundtrack featuring the music of the game. The game of death, the book of rich illustrations, art books, cassette tape case that was collected by the team, such as the design package stored in the cam badge, pin set, in addition, cute Nayatan tan pouch that can be attached to plug, etc., with Karipa and so on recording with vivid graffiti pattern. It will be sold at Square Enix e-store in 7-net Schlong. Oh, fun. Okay, and if you go on the Nintendo eShop and buy it early, you can get download version, early purchase special. Nintendo eShop, early purchase set, legendary fashion item set, their Neku's clothes. A set of 5 fashion items worn by its previous owner, Neck. It's a great game, but it's a great game, and it's a great game, and it's a great game, and it's a great... Okay, there's just a lot of... It's a great game. It has become an item, useful powered as a device, and of the game in production now. Grow your character. Each item's appeal will be released, and you can... that's until it's released. 0. Legendary headphones. Ability. HP is not reduced too much damage, the resistance is increased. Turtle off the Legend. Ability. Increase damage inflicted by. Legendary half pants. Ability. Down Guen becomes lighter. 4. Legendary sneakers. The speed of movement during the ability is increased. 6 position audio player. A piece. HP is getting worse. And that's the link to the thing. And that's basically all the website poorly translated. But I mentioned music. And the website has 3 different music tracks you can listen to. They're all online, and they've probably been in the background of this video if you've been paying attention. I'll probably... There might be a link to, like, some of the YouTube videos of them, like, down in the description. There's one more thing to look at today, and that's the PlayStation Store. Because the PlayStation Store has some unique screenshots that are not available online yet right now, really. Okay, now time for the final segment, which is very small, but, like, I don't know where else to put it. And that is the PlayStation Store screenshots. You have an up-close of Rendo's face, Fret and Nagi, Rendo running away from 10-4, and Rendo standing in front of the archway. But there's also this one image I can't find the source for that shows the gang eating ramen. And the ramen is increasing their stats, which proves that, like, food is back. Also, Nagi has ascended. That's all. Have a nice day.